How's it going there? Really good to see you. Good morning. Welcome to my channel. For those who are new, and for those returning, it's good to see you again. So today I wanted to do something a little bit different than I usually do. And I wanted to maybe make it a little more simple than I usually do. So today we're going to make some pancakes, actually. Some lemon buttermilk pancakes with a blackberry compote and a really delicious praline sauce. So we will go ahead and go through the ingredients, and then we will put them together and cook up some pancakes for our breakfast. So let's start by reading a few of the ingredients that we're going to be using. So we have 2 eggs, 1 tablespoon granulated sugar, 1 cup of buttermilk, 4 tablespoons of butter, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 2 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 cup of berries for the compote, some sugar for that, 2 1/4 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 tablespoon for baking soda. So we're gonna put that all together and we're gonna go from there. So let's grab our utensils and some of our ingredients and let's start making these pancakes. So we're gonna go ahead and open the fridge, get some pecans for our praline sauce, some butter, unsalted as well, and some buttermilk as well. And then we're gonna want to get some blueberries for our compote. Some lemons to put into our compote and into our pancakes as well. Some eggs to separate and for our dough. And finally, some ricotta cheese. A little dash. Next we need our dry ingredients, salt. And also we're gonna need some sugar, as well as white sugar. We're also going to be needing brown sugar as well. Grab it here. We're also gonna wanna go ahead and grab some confectioner sugar as well, and flour. We're going to be sifting it to make it nice and fluffy. We're going to want as well some vanilla. I want some vanilla as well. And we're also going to need some oil to slick the pan as well. Here's the confectioner sugar, which we're going to put into the praline sauce. And some nutmeg as well. also some baking powder and baking soda. This is going to give rise to the pancakes. So we have our ingredients: sugar, flour, confectioner's sugar, oil, baking soda, brown sugar, and baking powder. Next, we will need some pans to mix our ingredients into, and a pan to cook the pancakes as well. So, I think the most important thing for a delicious pancake is to really focus on perfecting each and every step. So, although it is simple ingredients, I think really focusing on perfecting each step can really bring out the fluffiness and the deliciousness of the pancake. So today, we're going to start by mixing the dry ingredients and then mixing the wet ingredients, as well as separating the egg yolks as well, because we're gonna whisk that into a fluffy mixture a little bit later on. So while we do that, we're going to put together a delicious berry compote, which is just sugar, water, and in this case we're going to use blackberries. So while we do that, we will also make a delicious caramelly, deliciously praline sauce. So it should be very delicious. So let's go ahead and start the process, and we'll separate the egg yolks and then go to the wet and dry ingredients and mix it all together and see how that goes. Alright, let's go. So first, let's wash our hands and make sure everything is clean before we begin cooking. Next, let's dry our hands with this paper towel as well. And let's start off by making a cup of coffee so we can get our day started. So I have some beans here from Illy, and we can grind them up and brew a fresh cup. Measure out a few scoops and go from there. Let's put our ground coffee into the grinder in the machine. Listen to the sound of the coffee maker as it drips slowly into the glass, and let your mind wander. Slowly the water drips into the cup. Very gently. As it almost drips, drips, drips to the top of the rim of the cup. me drift off. And now we're ready to make our pancakes. Firstly, we have to crack our eggs. And once we do that, we're going to gently separate the yolk from the egg whites. I found a spoon was best for this. Gently drop the yolk into the other pan. Now we're going to whisk our egg whites to give our pancakes a fluffy feel and texture. So now that we have separated the eggs, we're going to take the dry ingredients, the flour and the baking powder and splash of nutmeg, and we are going to mix it together a little bit into a separate bowl. Then we're going to take our wet ingredients, our egg yolks, and also our vanilla, buttermilk, and I like to put in a splash of ricotta cheese as well to add a little spongy moistness. So we're going to start with the dry and then we'll go to the wet. Now we're going to take our baking soda, about 1/2 teaspoon, and 2 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Next, a splash of nutmeg, and also a tablespoon of granulated sugar, and 1 also of brown sugar as well. Next, we want to take our flour, and I don't have a sifter, so manually you can do it like this, and just sift your flour to make it extra fluffy and delicate, which makes for really good pancakes. So now that we've mixed our dry ingredients, let's go ahead and put together our wet ingredients. And then we're going to take our dough and we're going to put it in the refrigerator because the baking powder has a chemical reaction which actually makes the pancake more fluffy. So we want to give it about 15 minutes after it's finished to allow for some time for the pancakes to rise and be very moist. Just when we put butter on it, it'll be like eating into fluffy air. So let's go ahead and finish up with the wet ingredients and then we'll put our dough in the fridge. I can't wait. It sounds delicious already. So So now let's mix our wet ingredients. We're gonna take some buttermilk out of 1 cup. Mix it in with our yolk that we took earlier from the eggs. Then we're going to take a scoop of ricotta cheese. I used 1/3 of the cup because you don't want to make it too moist. Then we're going to add our vanilla and put about a teaspoon into our wet ingredients. Next, we take our melted butter, gently put it into the mix. And I would have put this in differently if I wasn't making this for ASMR. So we're going to just gently whisk that batter. Not too much. You don't want to overmix when you're making pancakes. It's very important. So then we're going to pour in our egg into the dry ingredients. So we'll start off with just about 1/3 of the whites. Now we want to mix our dry and wet ingredients. And we want to stir it gently, not too much. We want to leave some clumps together. We want to mix in the rest of the egg as well. Now stir everything together gently, don't over stir. That's the key. You want some clumps to add some texture in the pancakes. So. Now we're going to cut our lemon. And squeeze a little bit of the juice into the mixture. Just a squeeze. Next, you want to continue mixing just ever so gently. Alright, so now we've mixed the wet and dry ingredients, and we're going to put this in the fridge and then see how it turns out. Okay, so now that that's in the fridge, let's work on our compote and our praline sauce. So for the compote, we're just going to take our blackberries and pour most of them in with some water and sugar and a splash of lemon juice. And we're going to let that sit, cook for about 10 to 12 minutes, and then add the remainder of the blackberries. So we're going to do that, and then we will, at the same time, make our praline sauce as well, which we're going to make with sugar and water as well. First, we want to take our scoop of blueberries and put it into our pan. And then a spritz of lemon onto the blueberries to make our blueberry compote. You want to put the temperature sizzling medium low and let that sit. Next, we sprinkle some white sugar onto the top of it to add some sweetness. Let that cook. Slowly stir the blueberries so they don't overcook. mix, pour a little water onto the blueberry so that it sort of turns into a jammy-like texture. And then stir your blueberries a little bit further. So as you can see, the compote just cooks for a little bit, and then it cooks, reduces into a jam, basically, or a little bit before a jam. So it's very berry and delicious. And then we're going to take all of our ingredients and put them, together and go from there. So now we're going to make our praline sauce by starting with 1.5 teaspoons or tablespoons of vanilla extract. And we're going to turn the heat on just very so gently here. Then we're going to take a pinch of salt. And then we're going to take our butter, about 4 tablespoons, and put it into the pan. Next, we're going to take our brown sugar, about 1 cup, and put it in with the melting butter and vanilla. Next, we're going to go ahead and add a splash of confectioner sugar. Some people add some cornstarch as well. Now we add a cup of pecans, usually chopped in this instance, although mine were not, just to make better sounds. And then lastly, about a half a cup of half and half. And of course you'd want to add these gradually, but unfortunately for ASMR I didn't have the right timing to do it, so. You gently stir this mixture as it slowly melts and combines. Slowly, you will see a light brown color. Some people add some other things to this, but I try to keep it very natural. And of course, continue to stir your berries as well to make sure that they cooked the right way. You can see the sauces start to combine a little better and cook. Gently bubble. Listen to the sounds of the bubbles as the praline sauce bubbles ever so gently. And of course, don't forget to stir your compote as well. The bubbling of the sauce is very relaxing, in my opinion. Slowly, the sauce bubbles till it reaches a golden brown. And then we pour compote into the container. You don't want to overcook it. You want it to be a bit chunky, so it adds texture. And then we take our praline and put it into a bowl. You can still hear the sounds of the bubbling. Very gentle. And next we're gonna make our pancakes. So now that we are all finished, we should go ahead and cook these. And the trick here now with cooking our pancakes is making sure you have a hot stove. And so we test this by flicking water onto the stovetop to see if it steams up. And we know it's going to be hot enough. So let's do that. And then we can slowly cook our pancakes and have a delicious meal. So we want to turn our knob to high heat. So we want to get it really hot before we turn it down again. The test is to splash water onto the pan. And if it fizzles, then you know the pan is hot enough. So our pan looks ready. Let's spray some oil onto the pan. You can use butter as well. You want to slick the pan so that it won't stick. And gives it a nice crisp brown. Now we're going to scoop our pancake and gently make a circle shape. Some people use a little shaper to make it into a circle, but we'll just do a rough version for now. I'm going to sort of lean the pan to create a more even shape and less cake pancake, more flat. And let's listen to the gentle sounds of the pancake cooking on the skillet. And get ready to flip our pancake as well. Not quite ready. I flipped it a little too soon, but we can just sort of flip it. Usually you just want to flip it just once. In this instance, though, it's a bit extra fluffy and thick, so it won't get too flattened by a flip or two extra. You can see in the golden brown color of the pancake, it means it's basically ready to be served. So we'll do 2 more pancakes. Grease our pan. And scoop out another scoop of batter. Gently move the pancake around to even it out. And to make a nice oval shape. Scoop in some of the dough to make a better circle. I'll let it cook for just a few moments until we're ready to flip. Gently the dough rises, and one big flip. You can see that golden brown color, and the pancake is basically ready to go. You can see the golden brown color of the pancake. And that is ready and done to be on top of another pancake steaming on. our pancake. We'll spray with oil. And one more scoop. Gently scoop it into a circle and let it cook very gently. You can see the dough is rising. And in a few short moments, it'll be ready to flip. Oh, I messed up a little bit there, but just push the dough into a circle shape. And there's a little bit of dough on that side, so we'll flip it just one more time. This pancake is turning a very golden brown, and I think it's ready to go onto our plate in just a moment. And now we will put this onto our plate with the rest. Now we're going to put some butter onto our pancakes and let it melt on top, so they're extra moist and juicy. Make sure you get it on all 3 pancakes. And next, we're going to put our praline sauce on top of our pancakes. Just a couple of scoops should do it. And lastly, we put on our berry compote. Just a little bit on top and on the sides as well. And now we're ready to eat. Hard work was worth it. Goodbye. Well, that was a really delicious meal. And I'm so glad that you could join me for another ASMR video. These pancakes were amazing. I had not eaten for a while to save myself for these. So that all said, I'm going to go eat the rest of them and then have a nice big nap. So I hope that you're having a wonderful day or evening, wherever you are. And I will see you the next time.